The bootleg Beatles, no Oasis, maybe Gaga. Well, now Microsoft can add their name to the list of great tribute acts with their homage to Sony and their hit single, Games. Now, that sounds harsh. Or is it? I'm Dan Dawkins for CVG, and I'm going to discuss this topic with Leon Hurley from Kotaku UK.
Hello.
And Dave Horton from Games Radar.
Hello. That was an excellent intro.
Thank you, sir. Leon, now what stood out for you from the Microsoft conference?
Well, I think, as you said, clearly they follow kind of Sony's lead, and they just went games all the way through. They didn't mess around with any features. They didn't talk about sort of TV or sports or anything. It was just, here's games for the full hour, which I think they need to do really after last year. Highlights for me, I think Division looked fantastic, but I'm also slightly worried that so did Watch Dogs when it came out. And when it didn't quite come out how they presented it, but that looked fantastic. Tomb Raider looked exciting, continuing the kind of the sort of the trauma survivor thing. What else was there? Crackdown, obviously everyone got excited about. Assassin's Creed as well. That forming your own brotherhood 4-player thing could be brilliant if it works well.
Dave, for you, did anything different from that stand out?
For me, it wasn't about anything standing out. It was more just like it was almost like it felt like there was no one particular standout. So instead, they made up for it with brute force numbers. Like rather than having one big dinosaur charge towards me, it was like a lot of moderately sized rhinos stampeding me. So in terms of, and like the pacing was really strong in that there was because like I said, there was no obvious standout. So it was just
no one spoke.
Look at this, that's exciting. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. It's like this really OCD way of kind of never letting me not be excited about something by always chaining something else up. But yeah, like Leon was saying, the further misadventures of Laura's going to be really exciting, albeit a long way away. Assassin's looks gorgeous now. Quite a lot of things that I feel quite about, but I'm not jumping.
Did anything look bad, Leon? Like noticeably bad?
No, I don't think. I mean, Shadow Scale. What was it? Scalebound. Was a bit sort of like. At first, I was kind of like, it's Monster Hunter with Dante's little brother in or something.
Well, that's got to be Microsoft's grab at the Japanese Monster Hunter market.
Exactly. It felt really like making that sort of play. Project Dust. I saw a load of people kind of go, "Whoa, Project Dust!" And I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I didn't understand why that was exciting.
I didn't even. I'm not aware of that. Nothing really stood out. It was really bad. Nothing was really weak. There was nothing that really stood out and made you kind of go, oh my god, drop your pen or whatever and stop typing. It was all, I was going to say sort of 7 out of 10, but it's all sort of
come on, we were all thinking it.
There were no peaks. It was a nice consistent plateau. I think all the way through of I am moderately interested.
Yes.
At no point did you go, oh, this is terrible. Like it was all right.
All right. Call of Duty, just quickly, Dave. What do you think about that?
It looks basically like Killzone now, doesn't it? They're not even pretending it's anything other than Future Warfare. That's literally it.
We were talking like the Matrix when the drones are flying over.
Killzone, there's
Halo.
Not a shot in that demo I wasn't referencing another bit of pop culture from at all. I mean, it looks fun. The core shooting still looks like COD with exciting things flying around and particles. So I'd say that was probably the thing I was least excited about. It'll sell a load. People will love it. I probably won't, but hey, it's COD, innit? That's what it does.
I think it'll always, as ever, be solid.
Well, we've just discussed that as like a relentless barrage of 7 out of 10.
Much like the show.
That's one for the show quotes, Leon Hurley. Now, we did a little test of your tweets, and in fact, the verdict is in from the 30 tweets that came back to me. And the unanimous verdict is 15% of people said it was good, 15% said it was bad, and 70%, a relentless barrage of 7 out of 10, have said 7 out of 10.
Good God.
They've said like, it's alright.
It's like the internet's default response to most things. But
I mean, I'll just read a few tweets out. This is the bad. Matt Sayers says, bad. Quite a few non-exclusive, 1 month related stuff. Indie same old, revamped old games, and a couple of new meh. So he went from bad to meh, but he went mostly bad. Other bads are, let's go for another bad. Myth AFC says piss poor. So he's not very keen on it. We'll go to the other extreme of good. Jack Gillespie says super slick with lots of fantastic games and exclusives, but he does add it lacked a real killer though. So he's right, and this is how it felt. And it was meh. Like Gamerclaw says, glad they went on it for games and no social connect TV guff. Shame that most of the games were all action shooters or driving.
But then the turnaround from last year, even if it's only 7 out of 10 meh,
Yeah.
that's a huge
Definitely
turnaround
not
from
much.
last year, where people
Yeah.
were pretty much just that's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a calculated decision to fix
Yeah.
that. So hopefully it's going to be a consistent thing rather than a PR spin 1 year shot in the pan. Shot in the pan. That's not even a phrase. But hopefully it's going to be. This is going to be it.
It's
from
just
now
a 7 out of 10
Yeah.
shot in the
Yeah,
pan.
shot in the
But-
pan.
so-
I mean, I
Yeah.
heard a few people sort of around the office. I could hear people kind of going, maybe I will get an. I do feel like I want an Xbox
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Like for the
Yeah.
first time, people were talking about it was something maybe
For
they
me-
wanted.
For me, my main worry though is that again, most of that was third party, and most of it's 1,000 years away still. So
Yeah.
as much as it looks
Yeah.
great in a condensed chunk, the amount of new Xbox exclusive stuff that added was not vast.
Was it
And-
just to talk about their exclusives? Do we feel any of them really hit home in the system seller style way?
Not really. Was it me, or was it all the sort of their kind of Halos and Spark? And it almost felt like they were almost doing that kind of Nintendo-y sort of, people love these games, let's just keep redoing these games.
Yeah.
Because obviously the reissue of Halo.
The Master Chief Collection on one
Yes.
hand,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Everyone loves Halo. It's one of the best multiplayer games ever. It's one of the best single player games ever. That was 10 to 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And there's like an economic sense, I think, to like reissuing those games and making them HD or 1080p or
absolutely.
60 frames a second. But they're not. It's not the thrilling Halo 5 we wanted, is
No.
it? Just
It,
yet.
it felt a little bit like they'd sort of gone like, what did people like when we were good?
Yeah.
Let's do more of
Yeah.
that. So like Crackdown pops back
Well,
up.
this is it.
and-
I think because there's been sense that Microsoft, even as a young brand in games as they are, have been losing track of the roots of what made people love them in the first place. So it's like, crap, yeah, whatever legacy we have, pull that back now, bring out the big guns.
Yeah,
And just
Conquer
show
popped
all-
up as well,
Conquer,
yeah.
in a really disappointing tease for not being a Conquer
And if
game.
I was Ted Price, who's got like on the surface a really exciting game,
Yeah.
what I wouldn't have wanted to have happened is Capcom to renounce
Yeah,
the most
exciting
ridiculous game
Yeah.
of all time,
Like,
and it's out now. It's
fan
out
service,
literally
the
now.
open world zombie massacre. It's going to
Yeah.
be incredible.
The Street Fighter with DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah,
mental.
yeah.
I'm
It makes
really
Dead
excited.
Rising look as mad and fun as it should have always been.
Look really good. So finally, then, was that enough to worry Sony, and what can we expect from Sony later on today?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's going to worry Sony, because as this has proved, there's a sort of staggering amount of 7 out of 10 madness. It wasn't a huge peak. It was all right, but it wasn't amazing.
Yeah.
I think even if Sony just did the same, they're still by kind of where they are, they're still going to be ahead.
By nature of preloaded goodwill, they're
Yeah.
already there. And plus, I think Sony have better first-party facilities
Yes,
traditionally.
that's true.
So if Sony just go, okay, all the third-party stuff you didn't show, we've got that here, and here's whatever Sony Studios are doing as well. Boom.
I think when Dave and I did a prediction show last week based on excellent detective work by someone else, I might add, and we were largely correct. But what we'd hoped or secretly prayed for was some mega third-party exclusive that would blow us all away. And I think secretly, I was thinking they're going to drop the Rockstar bomb. There's going to be a GTA 5. There was nothing of that magnitude. Does that leave the floor open for Sony? We'll find out later tonight. I mean, that's pretty exciting. I mean, but as we say, enough. Sony have got so many good first parties. If they go, it's The Last Guardian, it's Uncharted. That might be
That's
enough to
probably all right.
Yeah.
win. Well, this two-man fight of E3. So that's quite exciting. So thanks for joining us for this verdict show on Xbox. We'll be back later on this evening with our verdict show for the Sony conference, which starts at the wonderful time of 2 a.m. UK, so I'll be leaving this office at 5 a.m. So if you think I'm wild-eyed now, this is just getting better. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned to the CVG channel for the latest videos, news, verdicts, and etc., as is the brilliant Kotaku UK and Games Radar. Pluggity plug plug. See you later.